Oh, so often. That's what I expected to see. Everything. Throw-ins, corners, just lump it up to Lewandowski. Seems to be the game plan from now on for Bayern Munich. Just go back to the tried and tested and bring out the big guns in. Robert Lewandowski in the second half. I sound like a broken record, I know, but he's such a...
I don't blame you. I'm a fan as well. Lewandowski, I mean, as a player in real life, obviously we know sensational as well, but in game, similar sort of route to Choupo-Moting, maybe not quite as big. Very much somebody who's a clinical finisher, and you'd be expecting him to be on the pitch, but of course that balanced across the board doesn't make that much of a difference, I suppose, but I mean, you would think so still. Mestre now trying to find Choupo-Moting, can't quite get there. Much better defence here from Schalke, and seem a lot more fluid going forward as well. El Matador can't quite get the turn onto Boateng. He'll walk this one away. Mestre played that one well. Jose now out to Mestre once again with Sarr. Inside to Jose. Pass to Alex Alguacil as well. This is good football by Bayern. Can't quite find the last pass, but Schalke lingered too long. Not quite. They will get this one away. Matador now trying to get something going. Can't quite this time round. Well, once again folds in potentially, but Jose control of the ball. We'll have to clear that one away. It's a 2-0 lead for Schalke. Bayern have to change something here, Harry.
That's as good a half of eFootball I've seen played by Schalke in my 2 years commentating eFootball Pro. They've stepped up in a big way. Now is the true test. Can they see out this second half and weather the storm and take home 3 points against Bayern Munich? It would be a wonderful result. I think if you had offered them this result going into the match day, I think they would have bitten your hand off. So we'll see if they can see this one home. It's gonna, I think, dare I say, here on match day 2, potentially define their season, Chris. This could be a crossroads.
Such a stark contrast from the first game. Bayern were comfortable. It was just easy living for them, really, wasn't it? Defended well, they moved forward well. Couldn't be any different in this second game. Schalke getting forward now as well. El Matador at the heart of it once again. Can he find the ball through? It's 3 and it's over once again. Schalke 3-0 against Bayern Munchen in this German derby. They are walking away with game number 2.
And just compare the 2 reactions. Irma knows how much that goal means. I mean, coming into the match day, he didn't have a goal to his name. Now he's got 2, and he's set up the second in this match as well. So what a game that Irma's having, just sneaking in behind the Bayern defence. The finish was, well, pick your spot. Unfortunate, you could argue, for Bayern Munchen that players didn't make the tackles. But look, Irma disappears. He's just gone to the shadow realm. He's that excited, and at 2-0 maybe you think Bayern Munich have a chance at getting back in it. 3-0 it becomes so much more difficult here, Chris.
At 2-0 we didn't write them off, but it's getting into that territory, isn't it? It's very hard to see a route back here for Bayern Munchen. And it's not like they've had a great deal of chances either. Lumped in towards Choupo-Moting, isn't there this time round. Alex Alguacil, it's a loose pass to Jose. They've got to create something here, but Schalke can really just shut up shop if they like, you feel. It's cleared away, 52 minutes gone. Bayern need to find an answer very, very quickly. But they haven't really been posing too many questions of the Schalke defence. And now to get this one away for Schalke. They've looked threatening every single time they went forward. And I think for me, the frustration would be, where was this in game number 1? by Munchen though. All at sea this time around, but this is surely a big opportunity for them. Alex Alguacil will reduce the deficit by 2. 2-2, I should say. Fantastic stuff by Bayern. It's a good finish. 3-1, but it's too little too late.
Well done by Alex Alguacil. I think that erases some of the poor luck that they got conceding their 3rd goal, because they just got a little bit of fortune there just to wriggle through the traffic. And well, it's down, as you said, the deficit now to just 2. It's a trademark back heel, isn't it? He's actually trying to play a teammate in, but the footwork afterwards from Alex, wonderfully done. Well, we asked for a decent game too, didn't we? And I tell you what, 4 goals, and there could well be more to come here in this second half.
I didn't get that touch of fortune, as you mentioned. They hadn't really looked like scoring whatsoever. A little bit of rub in the green though, and all of a sudden this game does have a little bit of life for them. 2 goals and 2 assists to Alex's name so far in the football pro season. Touch inside as well. If they can find a second pretty quickly, then all of a sudden they have a grandstand finish. But 60 minutes gone. Still plenty of time here, Harry. Plenty of time. Bayern will know that. Schalke will know that too.
You want to see Schalke kill off the game at this point, don't you? You kind of need to see a bit of maturity come out of them. You know, be a bit professional here or there, take players out of the game, make it as scrappy as possible for your opponents. And see what they're made of here.
Sí, así está bien. Porque si no, a lo mejor es demasiado. Tenemos a Sané por coma. Tenemos otro después. Luego sería Mueble por Lewandowski o algo así. Vete a Sané.
Hay partido, hay mucho partido.
Mucho partido, vamos. Defensive instructions, ¿queréis meter presión o algo de eso o no? De momento no. Nos queda un esto. Así que...
Importante, hay que poner el problema. Vamos.
Venga, vamos, va. Vamos a demostrar quién es.
Always problem. Yeah, such. Yes. That's fine. After it not change, or in the 5. I don't know.
Changes made. Schalke looking to shut up shop here, Harry.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're very, very aware of the problems that Bayern can put types of challenges. He's won a free kick for it as well. Go to ground. Don't let them play their game. Just maintain. This 2-goal advantage right to the end.
Schalke now looking to kill this game off and defended by Bayern once again though, and this one will be played away here by Jose. Good football as Jose gets a hold of it once again. Alex Alguacil to Mestre, has the run of Jose on his right hand side as well, looks inside. It's going to be Alex Alguacil, he's surely going to take the chance. You've got to hit that first time.
Yeah, I think he has enough time here, Chris. I think he thinks he has enough time, but that one touch just takes it so close to the keeper, who's then able to narrow down the angle. Schalke living dangerously.
Well, it's going to be whipped in, and it will be another goal. My goodness. How has that found its way through to pass and Alex? It's just so simple from Bayern. If you're Schalke, you're living very, very dangerously here. 3-2, and Bayern are well and truly back into this game. It's a short corner, comes back, and it's a simple pass in. And he's looking to score it, if anything, back off the keeper and in. Bayern are scraping their way back into this game.
They are only 1 goal down now, aren't they? And for Schalke, that would be disappointing to come from a corner like that, the second bite of the cherry. Now it's about, again, what changes do they make? Do they maybe try and get a fourth goal here or there? Their defence so far has been, well, in this second half at least, it leaves a lot to be desired, but I'm seeing Lewandowski being brought onto the pitch on the Bayern Munich side. That's another player for Schalke to look out for. I think I heard El Matador say 4-2-4 is what we need, and it looks like that's what they're going for. You can see that on the left-hand side. They want to try and strike Bayern Munich here on the counter-attack when they're trying to get forward. It could leave them exposed in the midfield, which we can see is where Bayern Munich is starting to overload players. Could be very difficult for them here, Chris.
Could be.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see which way they go here. Because this game was all but done and dusted, really, wasn't it, for Schalke? 3-0 up at the 50th minute in. We expect to close it out. Discussions between the Bayern boys as they finish their changes, but Schalke finished this up now. Back into the game we go.
Was soll ich Abwehr machen? Achso. Du bist Messi? Ja, lass drin halt. Was willst du machen, Alter? Entstehen. Bayern und der Mann. Okay. Yeah. Let's go. We have to continue now, please.
Well, we heard the call there from our referee, Chris. It's time to go. We have to go. The allotted pause time is up, and we'll see if the changes from Schalke will make a difference. Playing four up top is so dangerous. They clearly feel they need to score at least one more goal to hold on to this three points that they're hoping to come away with here. I think they might be right, but they might be opening themselves up to a lot of danger here in the midfield.
Both teams are going to be attacking, put it that way, so I'd imagine we're definitely going to see more goals here, but which way is it going to go? Emma will start to stretch his legs with shots down this right-hand side. It's a cynical foul, it has to be said. Alex Aguafield's the one who's found the 2 goals for Bayern here. Can Schalke extend the lead once again? It's lumped forward. Onto the head of El Matador. Of course, if he was in there, he's going to win that head. Big guy, El Matador. But this time round, not able to quite win it. This maybe is an opportunity, and Jose can't quite get on the end of that. Slightly misplaced pass. Schalke looking to get this one forward once again. They said they feel as if they need another goal to kill this one off. El Matador in the middle. Passes it through, and now turns in the box. It's a pass across. Oh my word, what a save! How are Bayern still in this game? El Matador now. Back to Irma. That will be a foul and a free kick to Bayern. They will take that one quickly, but my God, they just about survive.
Best straight with the manual save, Chris. Wonderful.
Potentially an opportunity to find themselves level in this game. It's back inside. It's going to be Jose, but they can't quite convert it. Another opportunity. It's a second stab at it. Pass inside. Choupo-Moting. Can't quite convert. Not far off though.
How close was that chance on the other end? Irma with the pinpoint pass. But Mestre with manual keeping keeps Bayern alive here in the final 10 in games. We could have a grandstand finish.
El Matador now trying to get this one forward. As he said, not very long left to go here, Harry. El Matador now tries to spread it out wide with Bendeleb, and it falls at the feet of Leroy Sané. Jose now to try and orchestrate something. Irma says absolutely not.
What we need to see from Irma and the Schalke boys. I called for it, didn't I? Keep it scrappy, start sliding in, make it as difficult as possible for Bayern.
Some big boys on the pitch for Bayern, and that's why they're going to be able to win that header. Alex Alguacil, can he find a pass through? Not quite. El Matador may be able to counter-attack here with his team. Merriman just taking his time out to El Matador now as well. Irma's in the middle, back to Merriman. He's going to come out on top with that ball. It is just about going to be Bayern Munchen. It is going to be Jose to skip by. Leroy Sané getting forward. Another big tackle comes through. Choupo-Moting though to Alex Alguacil with Lewandowski. Back to Jose. Into Mestre now as well. Building it feels with 4 minutes of added time. Oh. I'm not sure, Harry. I'm really not sure.
I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. Alex Alguacil was disappointed if his pass went that way. But there was a Bayern man offside. There's yellow cards flying everywhere. How the referee's keeping track of this, I'm not sure. But Schalke are minutes away, moments away from a historic performance here in the eFootball Pro.
This one will be played backwards. Matador will lump this one forward towards Irma. And I tell you what, he's going to come off better from that interaction as well. The keeper's coming flying out as well. Which way do you come on off? He's going to the slide tackle, but he's all at sea. The ball's whipped in by Bendelim. There's nobody there. El Matador can't quite find the pass. We're into the final minute, and Schalke will take the 3 points in game number 2. A 3-2 victory after a flurry of goals in the first 50 minutes or so. And Schalke will be your winners here.
Time to decompress and catch your breath. I mean, 14 shots between the two clubs, 5 goals, and Schalke, fair play, taking 3 points away from Bayern Munich. That is a huge performance from them.
Just to let you guys know that the first game will be replayed at the end of the day. There's issues with the connection, so that one will be replayed. So Schalke have taken 3 out of 3 points available in these games so far. We will replay the other game, so Bayern will have to try and find themselves a result there. Schalke have another stab at it after a poor performance in game number 1, but it was deemed that the connection was not strong enough for these teams to play on, so that game will be replayed at the very end of the broadcast. But Schalke taking away the only 3 points on offer here so far.
Yeah, credit to our referees, of course, Sergio and Jesus, keeping on top of things. Competitive integrity is absolutely paramount in the eFootball Pro, so as you said, replayed at the end of the stream. That'll be a great one to look forward to. But how about that goal from El Matador? The finish under pressure, absolutely wonderful, and they were feeling the love in the celebrations. Absolutely clinical finish, and it was just put completely out of reach. The pass from Irma, he had a fantastic game too, which I suppose we can call game 1 now. I mean, 2 goals and an assist, had a part to play in all 3 of the Schalke goals. And this one, just turning Alex Alguacil, getting in behind, and that's just pure relief. Look at Merriman. I mean, it's their 3rd season now, Merriman and El Matador representing Schalke 04. They haven't had the success they potentially would have liked when they're representing this historic club, of course, from the Gelsenkirchen region of Germany. But a tremendous performance there in that game between Bayern and Schalke. Bayern, though, they never gave up, did they, Chris? They got a bit of fortune here and there, some really nice movement inside from Alex Alguacil, good footwork, but in the end, it was Schalke who came out on top. What a game, what a game that was.
Phenomenal game between these two. As I was saying, I think it will take something to take away that 10,000 euros from El Matador at the end of the day. What a fantastic goal it was. Bayern had more chances. They really did have more chances to try and see if they could get back into the game. This one was fortunate as well, so they sort of scraped their way back into it. And Schalke will I mean, if you're Schalke, you're happy with the win, but my goodness, I don't think you're happy necessarily with the fact that you were 3-0 up. you nearly threw it away.
Well, I said, didn't I? It's a crossroads entering the second half for Schalke's season. I mean, first of all, that manual save from Mestre. The game's dead and buried at that point if he doesn't make that save. So, wonderfully done. But I really think that changes the outlook of Schalke's season and maybe how other teams and other clubs in the eFootball Pro now maybe see Schalke as a football club in general. I mean, I think before, if clubs were lining up against Schalke 04, they think, oh, we should get some points here, boys. This could be a potential 6-pointer. I think you take those 3 points against Bayern Munich, a German rival club who we expect to be towards the top end, as I often say about them, come the end of the season. And then you still have another game to be played towards the end of the stream. You could be potentially looking at Schalke taking 4 or maybe even 6 points away from Bayern Munich here. And then all of a sudden, other eFootball Pro clubs are looking at Schalke like, okay, these guys are dangerous. We saw what they can do against Bayern Munich. We don't want to take them for granted whatsoever.
Absolutely not. And when El Matador is bringing out finishes like that as well, nice to see Schalke it's nice to see them play with a bit of flair. My goodness, what a finish that is. It's just running through the highlights. We will have an interview ready with you very, very shortly. As mentioned once again, if anybody did miss it, that first game will be replayed. So technically we've only played one game between these two. We will be playing that towards the end of the day. But Schalke are the ones with maximum points so far. 3 out of possible 3. That's some fantastic attacking football. If you're buying here, I mean, look, we know that we're replaying that first game, but still, they looked fairly comfortable throughout that one. And we'll be disappointed to have to go into another game. Of course, next up, we do have Manchester United going up against Celtic, which will be an interesting one. Bayern nearly fought their way back into that one. I think they'll rue the defensive game they played. I mean, it looks fantastic from Alex Alguacil, that first goal back after the little back heel through the legs, but we know that that was supposed to be a pass. So we'll maybe not necessarily,
but when Bayern get their 2 goals back, I mean, that could have been a real chance there. I mean, look at Alex Alguacil, he knows he squandered a great chance right there, but once they get the 2 goals back, here's the second. You think, oh, okay, this is classic Schalke. We've seen this, we've read this story before. We know how this goes. This is, this is Bayern Munich coming back and taking the points, or at least 8 points away from this. To show the resiliency, and I tell you what, it's not going to win any awards, or it's not going to look pretty or win them many fans, but the way they were able to manage the game, and like I said, just for lack of a better phrase, hack the Bayern Munich players down. You stop them playing their game. You play the territory, you play the numbers, you get men behind the ball. It's not pretty, but it works, and that level of maturity is what's going to take Schalke to the next level. And I tell you what, it sets us up perfectly, doesn't it, for that rematch at the end of the stream after game 1 had a few latency issues, more than the allowed latency between the 2 clubs. So that game 1 result will not stand. We will play it again at the end of the stream. I can't wait. It's going to be absolutely, it's going to be fiery. It's going to be a fiery affair, I think, that rematch.
Yeah, German derby, and both clubs will be feeling the fire, especially Schalke after that win, and Bayern will be like, well, okay, we have to go again, let's make sure we do get it done. But we will be doing that towards the end of this stream. But coming up next, we do have Manchester United taking on Celtic.